Hey, hello, my friends. Hope everyone is doing well today. We're going to go over what I sold on eBay. Let me make sure I get the dates right here. From June 23rd, 2019 to June 29th, 2019. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. Paul Apollonia. Been selling on eBay since, see if I get this right, since before 2011, but that says 2011. That's when I got real serious about it. Before then, I was just putzing around, figuring it out. Got into doing consignment for a friend of mine. Love that. Still do consignment today. Love it. It's a big part of my business. It is not for everyone. I also part out items. I love doing that too. Get a lot of my items for free on Craigslist. And I just got the word out that people just give me items, which is great. I do some thrifting and garage selling, but not that much. But I know what to look for when I'm out there. So it all works for me. I also do eBay training and other online training venues, either in person, via online through Zoom. And I also run the Raleigh eBay Meetup group. So that is basically me in a nutshell. I promise this time not to have my phone near the microphone. To have no interference. I don't know what that's all about. So I'm hoping we'll have no interference. Let me make this screen a little smaller. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like. Always giving tips, eBay tips, and other tips. And I'm very frugal, how to be frugal and stuff like that. We have a lot of listings today. I sold a lot of stuff for that time period. This is a sampling of what I sold. Some of it may be redundant to you people that watch on a regular basis, which I appreciate, but I just want to show newbies of what I'm selling and people that don't know me. And I'll have tons of tips and tricks as usual. Let's get the show on the road. Oops. I am sorry. I don't know what is going on there. Hold on. There we go. Okay. The first item we sold for that time period was an item under consignment. I've known this couple for years and years and years. Actually knew them through small engine repair. I had a small engine repair shop in my garage as a part-time thing. Did that for probably 8 years and just wasn't working out for me. I thought I was making more money than I was, and I wasn't. So they called me a couple of months ago and said, we got a ton of stuff we want to consign. Tons of DVD series. And you're thinking, oh God, this stuff doesn't sell. Well, sometimes they do. I sold a Father Knows Best, which is a TV series from the 50s, I think, or 60s. They had all of them. All of them were brand new, except for one that was open, and actually one that, I'll be honest with you, one of the cases I crushed on my van door when I shut it, but no big deal. I got $80 for that one. So I get 50% of the cost or what it's sold for when I do consignment, up to $100, and then it's a tiered scale after that. So let's go into what this item is. It's a Lonesome Dove collection, some series. It was out back in not that long ago. Don't watch much TV, but I sold this in probably about 2 days. So I get 50% of $24.99. It went media mail. So it was a win-win for everybody. Let me show you what I do. I always put good condition. I don't put exceptional or very good because I don't know what people's definitions are of good. I don't know what the buyer's definition is of good or excellent. So I always go one below what I think it is. I try and go easy on the shipping, which I think I did. It's sold, so I must have been going real easy on everything. Basically, I use the condition description in all my listings. All my listings look basically the same. Obviously, the same format. I just change what's in the listing. I try and use all of the item specifics. Google loves item specifics, and eBay loves item specifics. A lot of research has been done on that, so I try and use as much as I can. I actually found the product out on eBay, not that much information on it, but I used it. Very short description, in good use shape. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's in good use shape. So that was about it for that one. That's basically what my description looks like most of the time. Pretty short, 2 or 3 lines. 80% of the sales on eBay are done on smartphones, smart devices, tablets, etc. Tiny screens. People don't have time to read about this was grandmother's DVD set. She watched it every day while she was in the home. If you want to put that stuff in there, put it below everything because think the first 120 characters or so many characters searchable on Google with this stuff. So make sure you're doing it correctly to sell your item. Don't worry about grammar for your title. You're looking for keyword-driven titles. You could even start Googling. You could start Lonesome Dove collection disc DV 8-disc DVD and see what comes up on Google on your presumed whatever they call that typing. You'll see it and put that in your title. Don't worry about grammar. Let's go on to the next item. We've got a whole ton of items, probably 12 items here. I'll try and go as fast as I can. Cigar Box. Again, I love getting free things. I'm a casual cigar smoker. The argument's out on that, but I enjoy a cigar. I don't do too much anything else. And when I go to a cigar store, I actually go to a wine store and get cigars because it's cheaper there. They always have these boxes there. And if I'm buying a couple cigars, they'll let me have a couple boxes. Boxes go for about $2 a piece. I'm not paying $2 for a cigar box. I don't make a whole lot of money on these boxes, as you can see. They go out first class if you wrap it in bubble wrap really good and put it in a poly envelope. All these should go first class under 16 ounces, probably about 14 ounces. Like I said, I don't make a ton of money on these. I think this one I made about $6 on, but I paid nothing for it. I went, can I have a few boxes, please? And they said, sure, you can take a few. So I grabbed a few wooden boxes. I know what to look for. And I list them on eBay. I still have some of these I still need to list. But so I'm not making a whole lot of money on these. But again, I'm not doing anything to get them. I'm at the store. I'm picking it up and throwing it in my car. I do all sides of the box, open it up underneath. And I think that's all I got on this box. And that is on my front step. If you're wondering, what the heck is that thing? Look, there's all leaves and everything all over the place. It works for me. I know I should use white backgrounds when I can, and I try my best to, but I'm selling stuff with these backgrounds. So I probably might be able to sell more stuff with a white background, but this works for me. So that's basically it. Just be real careful and make sure, and I bet you I don't have this. I should have said, it says empty. Always make sure you stress the cigar box is empty, not full. So it's basically it. Same thing, but the whole listing. Like I said, I probably made about $6 on this. Quick pickup, quick ship, and it was out of here. Oh, we get good response time with the computer today. Wonderful. A Kirby upright roller. I got this off of Craigslist. I should have never picked it up because it was pretty beat up. I tried selling a few other parts, and they sat. So I tossed all those other parts away, and I sold this and one other part. I can't remember what it was. I think I probably made $20 off of this vacuum cleaner, but I should have known better to not pick it up because there were other things I could have picked up besides this that day. So I made money on shipping. So I probably made about $7 on this, maybe $8 on this. Comes out pretty easily. A couple screws on the bottom of the vacuum cleaner on the head. Usually Phillips screws or Torx screws, those weird looking star type screws. Unscrew them, take the bottom off. There's a belt attached to this, which is right here on this one. Sometimes it's on the end on the Hoovers. I just cut the belt off and just pull it out and clean up the best you can. And I always stay in good shape. Wear and use. I should have said it's dirty, but I did not say that here. And I found all this stuff on Google. I Googled the model number of the vacuum cleaner and the part number. I Googled the model number and I put the parts after it, and it came up. Found a lot of part houses and found the part number. Took about a couple weeks to sell this thing. Like I said, went first class. Did not make a whole lot of money on it, but I got it for free. But in reality, I probably shouldn't have gotten it, but I grabbed it anyway, and when it's done, it's gone. Our next item is story behind this lawnmower handle here. I get a lot of free lawnmowers from people, or I buy them for dirt cheap, like $5, and I part them out. I'm in the process of cleaning out everything right now, to be honest with you, so I'm toning down all that. Got this lawnmower handle probably about 2 years ago. I listed it, and it sat. I took the listing down, and I had it in the garage. I forgot about it. I found it a couple weeks ago. I relisted it, and it sold in about 3 weeks. This is a handle that takes no more than maybe 5 minutes to remove. There's 2 bolts that have hand nuts on them. You just unscrew it, and there's a couple cables up here to come off. I try and do my pictures the best I can. This is on a picnic table in front of my house. Again, I could have used white background, but I did not because I want to list this stuff quick. And I try and take pictures of all the parts that are moving. There, that, and any kind of part number I find on it, and I hope I did a part number on this. Well, there's a part number. I guess I did not. There's a part number right in there. I should have taken a close-up, but I did not. There's the distance between the 2 handles, so people know, because that's a big thing. And there it is closer, a distant shot. I paid nothing for this. Somebody gave me the lawnmower. I sold a ton of parts off the lawnmower, so this was just easy money for me. It went to, I think it stayed in North Carolina. I can't remember, so it wasn't that expensive to ship. Oh, wait a minute. It went FedEx because the post office was more expensive, so I went FedEx. Probably made $25 on this. I Frankensteined a box for it, which basically means I took a box, cut it open, and wrapped this in a box, tucked in the ends, and taped the living heck out of it, and it got there without a problem. Let me show you one other thing I normally do as far as talking about shipping. Some people say this may cost me some sales. I think it may, but it works for me. Well, first of all, I use global shipping. You'll also hear it known as GSP, Global Shipping Program, which means basically I ship internationally. But all I have to do is, it's a program done through eBay, and all I have to do is worry about getting it to Kentucky, their center in Kentucky. So let's say I'm shipping this phone. Somebody buys it, I ship it to Kentucky. I have to pack it properly and have it boxed properly. I can't just throw it in a box and ship it to Kentucky. Once they get it, I'm out of the picture. 99.9% of the time, I'm out of the picture. Sometimes they open the package to make sure the right items in there, but as long as it's packed right, and I packed it right to where it's not going to get damaged, I'm out of the picture. It can get lost, it can get damaged, it can get stolen, whatever. I'm out of picture 99% of the time. I've never had a problem with it. I love GS, Global Shipping Program. Some people don't. I love it. It works for me. We all run our businesses differently. And shipping, I always pick, 99% of the time, I pick economy shipping. Why? Because economy shipping gives me the gamut of everything. I can ship post office. I can ship FedEx. I can ship post office first class, priority, flat rate box. It opens me up to everything. I can ship FedEx ground. I can ship what they call FedEx Smart Post. Let me explain that real quick. FedEx Smart Post is basically, from what I've heard from the FedEx people and the post office, I'm not an expert at this, it's a collaboration between the FedEx and the post office. So I do Smart Post. I take my item to the FedEx office. If you take it to the FedEx office, it goes from that FedEx office to the closest FedEx office to the buyer's location, and from there it goes to the post office, picks it up. If you take it to the post office, I hear it goes by slug, turtle, snail to the closest post office, and then FedEx picks it up from there. That's from what I heard. The only problem with Smart Post is you cannot offer insurance. So I'm sure if there is a problem, the post office will blame FedEx, and FedEx will blame the post office. Just be aware of that. I've had a lot of luck shipping stuff via that mode. Usually large items. I do all my large items with FedEx because it's a lot cheaper than the post office. So the next item, here's another consignment item. Still selling this stuff for this woman I've known for years. Another coffee grinder. I sold one of these a couple weeks ago, as you remember. So I get 50% of $34.99. It went priority mail in the 8x8 or 7x7x7 boxes. I telescoped one on top of another, packing material, put this in there, packing material, and they got it. They were thrilled with it. They were so happy they got it. Fast shipping, because the economy thing says 7 to 10 days. I am very anal with my pictures. Let me show you here. There's that. There's a picture of the grinder part. I have no idea what this person is going to do with this. Sometimes these are just for display. This woman had it just on the display, way up on a shelf in her living room. I was very clear saying there are some spots and some wear on it in the description. So that is basically that listing. Like I said, I made half of $34.99, $15. I was fine with that. Quick ship, quick pickup. I didn't pay anything for it. So it was great. Let's go to the next item. Another consignment item. I've been consigning with this friend for years and years and years. Helped him clear out his parents' place. Made tons of money with some of the stuff they had there. Tons and tons of money. Looks like it's never been used. I don't know. He said it's never been used, but I wasn't sure. So I put new open box, and I said, looks like it's brand never been used. I have no idea. Sold it within about a week to somebody not even that far away from me. Some of these buyers that buy things from me that are very close to me sometimes message me and say, can I come pick it up? I'm not a big fan of local pickups. I know people are trying to save on shipping, but I'd rather just let everything go through eBay because there's a whole gamut of local pickup you can run into. When I do a local pickup, which I haven't done in a long time, I print out the PayPal receipt. I have them sign it, and I sign it because what people can do, I'm not saying everybody does this, is they can pick it up and then do a PayPal claim against you saying they never got it. Let's just be aware of that. Just make sure you cover yourself when you're doing local pickups. I did not do a local pickup. This guy was probably 5 miles away from me. He got it actually the next day. He's thrilled with it. So I made half of $49. I made $25. Didn't pay anything for the item because it's under consignment. So that worked out for me. These were actually pictures that were supplied by the seller. He does this for me all the time, which is great. So always, I got all that information there, and I make sure I put all that information down in the item specifics so people have it. Excuse me. Let's go to the next item here. Probably got about 6 more items left. Another fan blade bracket. I don't sell a whole lot of these anymore. I think I've got 1 more left of these. I had 9 of these, so I've sold 9 of these over about the last 2 years. I make about $11 a piece off of these, sometimes $12. It depends where I'm shipping it to. I take them out. They go first class, wrap me in a little bubble wrap, poly envelope, and they're gone. Never had a problem with any returns. I think I had one guy said it was a wrong one, but he never returned. He said, don't even worry about it, which was fine with me. So these are great. These are great sellers. I do pretty well with some fan blades. I think I've got some fan blades listed here. I don't want to talk about it now. I'll wait until this. I've talked about it before where I get them at. But so there's money being made in parts, people. Always remember that. People, you want to sell things that people need to. The wants are nice. The Trotskys, the gifts, they're great. But you also want to remember things that people need. And I've bent a few fan blades in my life, moving furniture and everything else while the fan was on. So this is something people need. You're not going to make a lot of money off of it, but it's a quick ship and it's gone. Lawnmower wheels, these high rear wheels, is what they call them. This actually is not off a lawnmower. This is off a pressure washer, but these would fit any lawnmower that takes these large wheels. These sat for about a month. What is the size of these wheels? Do I have the size of them? No. Do I have the size? Do I have the... Yep, there you go. They're 13 and a half. Is that it? My eyes are bad, sorry. They're 13 and a half inches high. I always take a picture of the tread. These are like brand new. These were off a pressure washer that I had in my backyard that somebody gave me. Did very well on these. I got these for free. So did good on shipping. I think they didn't go that far away, so I did really good on shipping. I really should move more into calculated shipping. I'm just being lazy. I've got so many listings out there. I just need to, from now on, just do calculated shipping. I like to make a little bit off of shipping. I know that's a big no-no with many people, but I put time into shipping. I'm buying packing material. I'm buying boxes, or even if I'm getting boxes for free, which I do, and I'm getting free packing material, my time, so I make a couple bucks, maybe $2 or $3, sometimes even more than that. Sometimes I lose money on shipping. So it all comes out in the end. So I did really well with these. So there is money in parts, people. Just make sure if you're doing stuff like this, if you're parting out lawnmowers, make sure you have the model number, the serial number, so you can Google it, so you can get parts breakdowns of the item, and then you can find the parts that way a lot easier. And also, what I also have learned in my old age of doing this, is don't spend a whole lot of time parting out an item. When I mean a whole lot of time, it all depends what kind of money you're going to make out of the item. Before you start parting it out, look on eBay, get a part breakdown. Look at some of the main parts, like for this would be the wheels, the pressure washer pump. Not the engine, but maybe parts off the engine, the blower housing, the air filter cover, stuff that sells pretty quickly. Look at stuff like that, see what you can make, and then you can justify how much time am I going to spend parting this out. If you're going to make about $100, maybe even $50, I wouldn't spend a whole lot of time parting this out. Maybe 20 minutes, if that. Now, some of the washers and dryers I can make hundreds and hundreds of dollars off of those. So I will take my time parting out those. I set up a stopwatch, or I use my phone sometimes at 15-minute increments and say, hey, where am I at in 15 minutes? Okay, do I stop? Do I keep on going? Hang on, let me take a break. Let me see if this other part will sell, because I've been on the other end of that where I've spent hours and hours and hours parting out stuff that I'm taking off that I'm making $2 a part. I don't mind making $2 a part if there's parts on there that I'm making a lot more money on. Let's go to the next item. Got about 5 more to go. Here's fan blades right here. All right, I'm sure you guys have heard the story over and over again, but I'm sure the newbies don't know what I'm talking about, so let me tell you. I get these fan blades from a thrift store that have carts out front that have free items in them. One time there were tons of fan blades. There's usually about a set every other week out there. All I do is I get gas at the gas station across the street. I drive over there and I pull things out of the free shopping carts. I grab them. I'm paying nothing for these. I'm grabbing them, putting them in my car, taking them home, wiping them down a little bit, and listing them on eBay. I make about $13 on the set of fan blades that I paid nothing for. When it comes time to shipping them, I put them all together, I tape them, I put bubble wrap around them, and I put 2 poly envelopes, eBay poly envelopes, the big ones, on each end, tape them in the middle, slap the label on, goes out priority. They weigh at about 2 pounds, 25 inches usually by 9 by 4, I think. So shipping isn't that bad. Like I said, these are not, you're not going to get rich selling these things, but this is my bread and butter. Items between $15 and $40. I do sell items for higher. Sometimes even go lower. All depends how fast I can ship it out and list it. If I can go first class, a couple ounces, I'll list it and I'll make as little as a couple bucks. I'm fine with that. It doesn't bother me. It works for my business model. I know people don't like doing that. That's fine. Do what you think is best for your business and your life. But yeah, these fan blades, I enjoy selling them. I have very good luck with them. I've probably sold about 10 of these already, if not more. Another consignment item. Got this from a friend the other night, a couple weeks ago. Let me make this bigger so you can see my ugly mug. Sorry. So I got this. Let me tell you a story about this. This really sort of bit me in the Battissimo here because of my shipping. Whatever, stuff happens. I sold it, didn't make a whole lot of money off of it, half of $26.99. And where's it go? It goes to Puerto Rico. I lost about $2 on this, so I had to eat $2. So it's an consignment. It's really I ate more because I'll give him his half, but I ate more. It happens. Again, I should have had calculated shipping. I don't know why I didn't do calculated shipping on this. It's just I'm using saved listings and stuff and the defaults, and I need to really be aware of the shipping I'm doing. I should have done calculated shipping. I wasn't thinking. I rarely ever sell to Puerto Rico, but boy, when I do, I contacted the guy, or the person. I don't know if it was a guy. And I said, look, he had a P.O. box. I said, can you give me a non-P.O. box? Because then I can ship it FedEx. He said, okay, great. He does that. I go into FedEx, and it's the same amount. Much less than the post office. Post office was like $49. I was like, darn. But he bought the item. Now, I have in the past actually asked buyers, hey, look, shipping's really expensive. Can you give me some money towards shipping? And sometimes they do. And I've had really good luck with people doing that, but I'm to the point where I'm like, well, it's my fault. Why am I asking them to help me out? I screwed up. And that's what I said in the message back to him. I said, look, hey, I screwed up. It's on me. I'm not making you feel guilty. I'm going to ship your thing out tomorrow. And I did, and it's gone. And he actually has it already. I think it went out FedEx. Hey, we all screw up. I believe in showing my victories and my defeats too, because I'm pretty much a real person, and I want you guys to see that this isn't all roads made of gold. There's a lot of struggles doing this business. It's not as easy as everybody thinks it is. Chainsaw. Bought this for $12. This included a chainsaw case that I sold for $19 plus shipping. Probably made $17 on the case. Did very well on this. This went, I think, 2 states up, I think to Delaware. I always remove the bar from the chainsaw when I'm listing it. 2 half-inch nuts. Let me show you where they're at. Hopefully we have a picture of that. There they are. Here, let me just make this bigger. Make this smaller. Right there, those 2 nuts, half-inch, box end wrench or ratchet, whatever the heck you want to use. Pull that cover off after you take those nuts off, and this bar will pull back. You may have to, there's a screw in here. You may have to put a screw in there to take the tension off the bar. Be careful, the chain may be very sharp. Don't cut yourself. And this means once I take that bar off, I can ship it in a 14 by 14 by 14 box. Lots of packing material. Put the bar catty corner in the box. Wrap the bar in bubble wrap so it doesn't poke through the box, and you should be fine to go. I could sell this in parts, to be honest with you, but I just didn't feel like taking everything apart. I could have sold the flywheel and broken down everything, but I just didn't feel like doing it. In reality, I probably shouldn't even have bought the 2 chainsaws, but I did because they took forever to sell. They sat in my store for probably about 4 months. But I did really good on this, so I made some money on it, and I was happy. Let me show you what else I do with these. Again, I'm hoping I have a picture. Yep, there it is. Last picture, if I have access to it, the model number from the item is always the last picture. If it's a washer, or dryer, or lawnmower, or whatever, if I have access to it, I always have it as the last picture. And then I put all that pertinent information in the item specifics because people may be searching on this stuff, serial number, family number, whatever. I put it all in there, the model number, because people may be searching Google for this, and I want my listings to be found on Google. Got about 4 more here, guys. I'm trying to go as fast as I can. Lawnmower transmission, lawnboy transmission. These go for big bucks. In my books, they do. It took me about 15 minutes to take this out of the lawnmower. I'm a little involved. You have to have a special tool. It has these lock rings. You have to have a special thing that separates the ring. You pull it out. Be careful pulling it out. I did not sell those little parts. There's gears and stuff on the ends. Here, I'll make this bigger. There's gears and stuff on the ends. Sometimes I sell them with it, but I did not mess with that. I'm assuming this works. A friend of mine gave me the lawnmower. I assume most of my parts work, and if they don't, I just do a total full refund immediately for the item and for shipping. I don't mess with it, and I apologize to the buyer. That's basically it. The 2 ends. And I had to Google the part number for I found a transmission on eBay. I looked for a transmission. It looked like this. And I Googled it, and I put all the pertinent information. I didn't know what model number the lawnmower was. I forgot. Very short description, but I did very, very well on this. Again, I used the 7x7x7 priority boxes, telescoped about 4 or 5 of them together high. Packing material, put the transmission in there, more packing material, and shipped it out. Big, long, square, rectangle box, I guess it would be, and shipped it out priority. Probably made, I think I did probably about $78 on this, so that worked out great. 2 more items left. Shark vacuum cleaners. I don't work for Shark. I don't get anything for this. They're great vacuum cleaners. If you ever need a vacuum cleaner, I do a lot of repairs on vacuum cleaners for people that all they have is stuff stuck in the hose. They can't get it out. These vacuums are really nice. They're built really well. A friend of mine gave me 2 of these. They ran, but instead of trying to sell them on Craigslist, I just parted them out. They're made really well. There's a lot of hidden screws when you're taking these things apart underneath moldings and rubber pieces and everything, and they're made really, really well. I got them for nothing. It's probably the 4th or 5th part I've sold. I average about $20 profit off of each part I sell off of this vacuum cleaner, these vacuum cleaners. So it works out for me. Went out, not first class, right? A little bit over first class, but it was a quick ship. All I had to do was pull it off the top handle and then pull the hose off with a little clip, and that was it. No tools needed. I clean up the best I can. I actually did a video on parting out and something else for these vacuum cleaners way back when. The last item, so impressed the computer is responding. Another consignment item off the same friend I've been consigning for years, which I love, $102.99. So I made half of that, did not pay anything for it, did not have to go thrifting. Like I said, consignment is not for everybody. I'm not telling you to do consignment. You need to sit down and figure out if it's for you. Key is finding good clients. And it took me years and years and years, and I still mess myself up with some bad clients sometimes. Hire slow, resign quickly with these clients, because they're not worth it. If you need to have people that they don't really care what they get off the item. They just want you to sell the item and give them some money out of it, and zero attachment or emotional attachment to it. So here's this. Did pretty well on this. Obviously, I made $50. Probably shipping was right on par with that. I did my best. I have no idea what the heck this thing is. I saw a lot of things that I don't know what the heck they are. Some kind of camera piece. It looks like to the Sony thing. I always print out any kind of numbers I see on the box, all sides of the item. I have no idea how to test it. So there you go. There's that. The manual. Sold in about 3 weeks. I put as much stuff in the specifics as I could. Well, that is about it for that time period. I want to thank you guys for watching this video again. I really appreciate it. I want to thank you guys also for the people who subscribed, and please subscribe. I'm up to 210 subscribers now, which I was thrilled. I made a video on that this morning. I want to thank everybody subscribing and future subscribers. I try my best to really put really good content out there on what I'm doing, parting out, selling on eBay. I do the Raleigh eBay Meetup Group. Look down below in the links. You'll see a link for that. Also training, like I said, and there's also going to be a big event here, September 14th and 15th. I'm going to announce that in a little bit once I get everything all straightened out with the event. We have eBay coming in, and we have Dana from Worth Point from Florida. She's coming up, and also the owner of Worth Point, I think, is coming in. Worth Point is a site that you go in and check out antiques and really any item. It's really, really a valuable site. And I'll have all that information for you guys. We're going to do a one-day eBay class, and it is free. Let me say it again. It's free, right up my alley because it's free. Starting at 9, ending at 4. Going to go through intro eBay, intermediate eBay, and advanced eBay. We're all going to be up there talking about different things. Then Sunday, we go to the state fairgrounds flea market, and we do thrifting. So people from Worth Point will be there. I'll be there. Everybody will be there. It's a really cool event. I do this sometimes with my meetup meetup group, where we'll go to a thrift store and everybody will go, like somebody will go, well, I've never sold this great thing before. Like, you're going to sell this, but it's just a lesson here. Have you sold? Oh yeah, I sold these. This is what I look for on this. I make sure the bottom's got this. So you really learn a lot from other people, and not just about thrifting, but I also use that for my consignment business too. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed all this. You guys have a great day. I appreciate you guys watching. Have a good one.